You Jake Sully?
I'd like to talk to you about a fresh start on a new world. You'd be making a difference.
Well, the difficult part was getting the job and convincing a studio that an unknown Australian could do it.
I became a Marine for the hardship. I told myself I can pass any test a man can pass. All I ever wanted was a single thing worth fighting for.
I was unemployed, or unemployable, I think. And I kind of needed the work.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're not in Kansas anymore. You're on Pandora.
You know, I was at a point in my life where, I was reassessing a lot of things, and then out of the blue comes this man who can change everything and actually shows you that you're on the right path and gives you courage to continue.
You get me what I need, I'll see to it you get your legs back. Your real legs.
Hell yeah, sir.
Australian actor Sam Worthington got his acting legs back in what is certain to become the #1 movie of all time, Avatar.
Looks like you. This is your Avatar.
Not too bad for an actor who almost quit acting before getting this role of a lifetime.
Just relax and let your mind go blank. It shouldn't be hard for you.
It's actually 2 roles of a lifetime, playing the human and the Avatar in Avatar. Check out these exclusive side-by-side scenes from the movie that show just how they were able to put Sam and his co-stars in the 3D world of Pandora.
You look like a NASCAR because you're wired up that much, and you do have pit crews in the morning come in. There's a guy who would put all my 6 power packs on, and you got a helmet, the helmet camera operator.
But they sent me here to learn your ways.
What are you saying, Jake? You knew this would happen?
So by the time you plug into the system, so to speak, and get to play, you're exhausted.
What about this one? Run! Don't run!
Run! Definitely run!
When you're in there, that kind of disappears. There's the fact that you're wearing all this stuff disappears, and the fact the other person's wearing it kind of disappears, and you just kind of, look in the other person's eyes and do the same, do your job.
This is great.
And he's liberating. There's a freedom to being in that space because you're not playing for a camera. You've got a camera here. You can't hide. You've got to be on every second, and you just invest in the moment.
You are not going to believe where I am. Everything is backwards now. Like out there is the true world, and here's the dream.
That was my biggest concern and fear was, I try to be a subtle actor, and is that going to translate? Is that going to come through when it suddenly all the information goes into the computers and gets turned into, binary code or whatever it is? And then, Jim assured me that it would, and then pushed Weta Digital to kind of enhance it. And, you can see it. Every smirk, every flicker of the eye, every kind of breath, it registers, reads just like a normal close-up, and is my performance 100%.
You should not be here. Go back. All this is your fault.
I need your help.
The 3D of Avatar has received much of the acclaim, but Sam Worthington says, without a great story, Avatar would be a one-dimensional movie.
Haven't gotten lost in the woods, have you?
Did you forget what team you're playing for?
With this film, a big Hollywood actor is born. And in Hollywood fashion, a hero is also born.
You knew this would happen?
Everything changed.
I think the biggest turn is without knowing it, he becomes a hero. Me and Jim discussed the prospect of a reluctant hero and how I feel about that. And it's, I think there's a hero in all of us. If you're seeing someone get bullied, you tend to stand up. That person's a hero without thinking. If you get knocked down, you get back up again. That's a hero.
We're going up against gunships with bows and arrows.
Well, I guess we better stop him.
He's a guy who just was looking for something worth fighting for, and he wouldn't be arrogant enough to say, yeah, I'm the hero, but he becomes one, or he's endowed with it by the others giving it to him. So he's just doing the right thing. I think that's a great message.
So you just figured you'd come out here to the most hostile environment known to man, with no training of any kind, and see how it went? What was going through your head?
Maybe I was sick of doctors telling me what I couldn't do.
I want him to have a playfulness and a childlike quality, because the movie opens our eyes, and there's a child in all of us, and that's what essentially, spectacles like this do. It takes us back to, what we were when we were kids. It astounds us, and you read online people saying, "Man, it's amazing. I haven't seen anything like this since 1977." And to me, that's what the power of movies is. They transport you. They can make you think in a different way, and they can tickle you.
And before you think Sam Worthington is taking his Avatar role a bit too seriously, listen to what he says when he's asked about what he hopes audiences take away from this film.
I hope that they take away, the movie times form and go, well, we can go back and see it at 6:30 now. And they can go back and see it again. That's what I hope they take away. Take away the piece of paper that tells them when the next screening is.
They've sent us a message that they can take whatever they want. But we will send them a message that this is all